104.1 KRBE.
Did you know the 3-digit extension of the...
All right, let's hit it.
Now time for Roula and Ryan's prank call.
It's really fun behind the scenes because sometimes Special K will get a solicitor. Like, they'll be telemarketing him while we're live on the air. He's like, oh, my God. He runs in the other room and he starts recording
He runs
them.
back, has to grab a little piece of paper with his little notes.
Yeah,
I can't remember all of the sayings that y'all have texted in. There's so many in my head, and I cannot remember one of them. I've taken a picture of this. So, yes, I ran back in the studio to get my list, and sure enough, I found... That tickles my pickle. Is what someone texted us at 37530. Now, Eric has also done a request himself. He's like, you're forgetting about one of your voices. You got to do this one voice, Dusty McAllister.
Yeah, you've done him a long time.
Gosh, you haven't talked like Dusty.
Give us an example. What's Dusty sound like?
He's just got a little bit of a list, which people get so upset about when they're listening to me, out there and ruling Ryan.
Like out of touch guy.
Yes, out of touch guy.
So we all like to take guesses as to how many of these words you can slip in the conversation, but there are variables.
How many times the phrase can be said?
Is this a longer call? It's 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, and is this a male or female solicitor? Oh, okay.
I'm going to say...
It does make a difference because he's
7
saying
times.
something, tickle my pickle is,
Oh, yeah, it's gonna get awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Someone
say
wanted
7
it this way.
times. 7 times is my bid.
I could be awkward either way. If I'm not into pickles and you're telling me to tickle it, I'm not going to be a big fan of that.
Eric, what's your request?
9.
All right.
9, 7. What do you say, Ryan?
6.
It's like The Price is Right.
Okay.
Just an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 2
79.
minutes, though. It's 2 minutes. Ooh.
Okay, so you got 6.
I
I got
screwed
7.
myself.
He said 9. Let's see how many times Special K says this phrase to the person that called him to bother him during his day.
Hello. Hi, this is Trisha from TV. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad you called. I've been waiting for you. Tickles my pickle.
Oh, good. Well, I have an offer for you. We are offering a promotional rate of 50% off for your first year with us. How does that sound?
Wow. That tickles my pickle.
May I ask who your current provider is?
Pause.
That's my Auntie Erica. She tickles my pickle.
No. I mean your internet and cable provider.
Oh, okay. That's America's online CD. It tickles my pickle.
Okay. How much are you paying a month for that?
Well, the CD they sent me in the mail lets me have my first 24 hours free, and naturally that tickles my pickle.
Well, that's really, really great. But you will actually get way more time online with TV plus your 50% off.
But why?
Well, because you qualify for this exclusive promotion.
Oh, well, that tickles my pickle.
Okay, well, I think you are being very immature.
No, please, no. I haven't talked to you for long enough. I really want to learn more about this promotional offer that's for me and exclusive, right?
Yes, it is an exclusive limited time offer, but it does sound like you're not very interested.
No, it tickles my pickle.
That's what I thought. Thanks, dude. Bye-bye.
Bye.
No, you're tickling my pickle. Stop.
Nope, goodbye. We're done.
All right, I want to hear this.
Now, Sam, what did you say about Sam?
Sam likes to run towards red flags. That is an incentive for her in her dating days.
You
If it was
seek
a
out
red flag,
trouble.
she would run towards it.
So these are red flags when it comes to hobbies.
Hobbies.
Let's see how many of my exes had these.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Would you date somebody and they love to prank people, like mean-spirited pranks on people? That's the number one.
Who's got the time?
Yeah, no.
You
That's
also
too much
have to
time on
know.
your hands.
You have to
Just
know.
being mean. It's like why be mean?
You have to know your mate too. Like if you are dating somebody that absolutely hates practical jokes, that'd be a bad thing.
That's number one. Now, being obsessed with celebrity culture, like that's all they do is worship Kim Kardashian.
Like, what's Travis and Taylor doing right now? What's Taylor and
I
Travis
would
doing
think
now?
that's a kind of shallow person.
I'm
I
following
probably
their
wouldn't
jet
be
like
into
that
them.
kid.
I don't think that's
Like
Big deal.
if that's their whole world 24/7.
Well, if they like it, though, they're not hurting anybody.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear about it.
So let's put that in
all day
perspective.
long.
You have
But
a
if you love them, you
sister-in-law
will.
who
You
loves
just-
Bravo shows, and she'll go to BravoCon. Like, would you call that being obsessed with celebrity culture? Or that's just a
No, that's just
liking
being a
that you
fan.
have?
That's like their thing they love.
I would consider
right.
that as a hobby, though.
That's
It's a
Because
hobby.
you're going
Yeah, I see your
to
point.
a
So,
convention
yes,
of that.
That
like
is a hobby.
Comic-Con.
They like to have
things like
fun
that.
with it. It's better than, a lot of things on this list. It could be.
They don't
Yeah.
like sports. They like this.
Yeah, like about sports. Sports is a
Yeah.
That's not
it's
really
a hobby.
hurting
Only if it
anybody.
gets in the way. Like if there's like a breakup story about some big celebrity couple and it ruins them for that day and they can't leave their house, that's a problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
that ruins you. That's
Sam makes a
pretty
great
bad.
point, though. A lot of guys can't leave their house on Sunday. Football's all day.
Oh yeah, they're like
So-
They gotta watch college football on Saturday.
Right. Or they get really, really mad and they're like,
Yeah, they're ruined for the whole day.
that's true.
Like
They're
I,
actually doing something. They're talking about like people like, oh, Kim Kardashian had a bad day.
what are they doing?
Oh,
They're
I
sitting there
gotta
with their
be in
fat
bed.
ass
What's the
just watching
difference?
Yeah, what's the
TV.
difference?
There's really no difference.
Just because it's a
One
woman
is a
doing it.
tournament, and the other is just somebody's pretending to be real.
What?
No.
You know, like
No, if you really look up to a celebrity, and
NFL's
the
scripted.
story
Everyone
comes
talks
out
about it.
that
We all
they
know it's
are-
scripted.
What now?
Yeah, look at the Super Bowl.
Just Google-
no,
just Google-
You're going to be one of those
Oh,
conspiracy nuts. It was all planned.
I'm
it's
saying
all
if you were
go
really
scripted.
down that
into a
rabbit hole.
celebrity, Ryan, and you found out that person, got sick or had some problem in their life or broke up with their mate that you love them with so much.
Like we do Scoop
It
3 times
takes-
a day.
Yes, it
we don't
takes
do
over their
sports,
lives.
Sports.
We don't do
updates.
any sports talk. We do entertainment talk all the time on this show. We do almost no sports talk unless it's our teams in it.
Yep, like the
Yeah,
Astros.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the way it should be.
If he's obsessed with politics, or she, that's one of the red flag.
And it's not
hobbies.
your side of politics.
Well,
that's a problem.
what if you're both obsessed with it and you're on the same side?
Well, then it's not really. You both have it.
Yeah,
It's not a red flag.
It's not red flag. But if you're with them and that's all they talk about,
it can
Yeah.
be exhausting.
that'd be annoying. It's like
That's
especially when-
probably breakup worthy, especially if they're not on your side. We've talked to people who are opposite sides
But
of the
they make
coin
it- they
on
make it
politics,
work.
and they make it work. But if one is so far and they just won't shut up about it, I can see how it wears on the relationship.
I don't know. This one should be number one.
Okay.
For hobbies that are red flags. If they're into bullfighting, dogfighting, or anything that harms animals.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that would be a no.
Bullfighting for some reason is more accepted than dogfighting, which should never be accepted. But bullfighting isn't like a thing, like the matador. And
Yeah, you
the,
go to,
and
like-
the bull.
They
then have
kill the
running
bull
of
at
the
the end,
bulls.
Rula.
Do they? I don't.
Even
they
run
don't
with the bulls.
See, do you see
I'm
that
cheering for the
part?
bulls.
Oh, the running
Do you
with the
see
bulls.
them kill the bull at the end of
Yeah,
a bullfight?
Put a sword in its head.
Do they?
I think they put all
I've
those.
never seen
It's
that.
got a bunch of sticks in it.
Yeah,
Like,
to slow it
stab
down.
'em. It's awful.
It's savage.
Really?
Awful.
I
can't.
honestly, for like real life, I have never seen a bullfight. I've never seen it on TV. All I've ever seen of bullfights
I don't think they televise
is from cartoons and all this stuff where the matador has the red fabric and it's like Roula. That is all I've seen of bullfighting. I've never done a dive deep on that. A deep dive on what it is to bullfight and what
Don't-
happens.
Don't
with
go
the
down
bull.
that rabbit hole. You don't want to watch that one.
No.
And another red flag is collecting controversial stuff, like Ryan talked about. Taxidermy is on this list as well.
Oh, it is.
Or like serial killer stuff.
Oh, that's messed
weird.
up.
Murder.
So that's my thing. If like I know a lot of women love those. That serial killer porn stuff,
Ugh.
podcasts. And
God.
that's not my thing.
Like, for
Serial
instance,
killer porn.
That's what I call it because you guys are into it way.
It's not pornography about serial killers. It's just
you.
it's just he calls it your pornography.
anything that
It's
glorifies
serial killer facts.
That's what it is. And Sam, you love it.
The
Murder
morose.
mystery.
Well, no,
That's
I mean-
not my hobby, though.
But what if that was your hobby? Like you're like
I
you want
can't
to
go
go
out
to.
tonight, babe. There's a new episode of blah blah blah. You
But
gotta
it's
watch it on
fascinating
streaming.
because it can
Yeah.
be.
Let's go on vacation to
it can
this
be
place.
Educational.
This place had 10 murders. Let's go to this area and we're going to try and.
No, that's
solve
messed
it.
up. That's messed up.
People do that to Dallas. They go there trying to solve the JFK.
What's fascinating because it's a piece of history. But you mentioned like the morose. John Lennon. One of the bullets that killed John Lennon went up for auction this weekend. That's sick. That is sick.
Yeah, if also
Who
that
would
guy
want that?
is showing that off to you, I'm like, I'm
Who
not,
would want that?
not impressed with that.
That's horrible. And by the way, here it is, Roula. Bulls suffer a protracted long death in bullfighting arenas. They're
I said
weakened.
we weren't going to go down that rabbit
Yeah, I
hole.
don't-
Why'd you Google
Sorry,
it?
Don't.
Just don't even.
Next.
Gambling. That's a red flag.
No,
Uh-oh, Eric.
it is. It is.
I'm terrible at gambling.
What was the
Exactly.
gambling skit
You're
on
I'm good
SNL?
at
the money.
blackjack, but prize picks, I love doing it. And, I just pay like $20 here. And I won like $100 Friday night.
Uh-huh.
That was cool. But
How
then
much
I
do you
w-
think you spent, though, to get that 100?
No, I just spent $20.
Oh, that's it.
I paid
This
$20 and
one time.
But then
This one time.
Then the next, I made two different types of bets. Then I bet $25 to win $320. I got greedy, trying to go for like 4 parlay. It means I'm trying to need 4 things to happen.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, got 2 out of 4.
What about
so
the
I lost.
SNL skit about the gambling kings?
Oh,
See
yeah.
that? There was a parody skit about is your friend ruining his life gambling? Is he this close to losing his house? Well, why don't you have fun with that?
Rock Bottom Kings.
Then you
it
can
was
bet
called.
on when he's actually going to hit rock bottom
how's he
and
gonna
lose
do
his
it?
house.
Is he going to lose his
And how
house? He's going to
gonna
try
lose his
and
house.
set his house on fire? What's he going to do to make up for it? It's Rock Bottom Kings.
Yes, and having gone to Vegas this weekend through the eyes of a child, I could only imagine what her feedback was going to be. And the first thing she saw, we were walking through the casino to get to our hotel
Slot
elevators.
machines?
She goes, Mommy, there was a grandma there with a glitter beret on with her little scooter next to her, and she was smoking a cigarette. She just kept hitting those buttons. I wonder how long she's been there. Looks like she's been comfortable for a while. Like,
Oh my
you could tell.
God.
This lady had settled into that slot machine. She had settled in.
That's a dangerous hobby to be.
Okay, coming up
Do with
next, there are a lot of people who have been reaching out to us about Walmart and Ryan Chase. In a few minutes after the news, you're going to get that
Oh, yeah, I
story.
want to hear about this.
So somebody texted, whatever happened with Ryan and Walmart, just hold on, young Jedi. Have some patience.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Oh, by the way, someone texted, what about Ryan's weird hobby of going to cemeteries?
It's not a weird hobby. I did it
And
one
taking
time.
pictures
No,
with the
it's a
dead,
hobby.
deceased stones.
You've got many times. You
People's
talked over the years,
tombstones.
like you used to go to where all these people, like the old rascals or little rascals or something like that.
Oh, no.
What are they called?
I
Little
used to live right next to the park where they filmed
But you've
that.
talked about many things, Jimi Hendrix and all these cool things.
You're a cemetery seeker.
The one I want to go in Paris. But when I was going to Paris last year, he goes,
I went to
you have
Paris
to go
Chase.
see the guy from the Doors.
Jim Morrison's great.
Yeah, I went to Jim Morrison's grave. Okay, so like over 10 years ago, when we asked the question back then, anybody
Yeah, here
fake
it
their
is.
own death?
It was May 25th because we can't go to the 26th.
All right,
because
that's
it was a Saturday. So is anyone listening who has faked their own death? Jane is on the line. Hello, Jane. If that's your real name.
Hi, Jane.
Hello,
Jane
Jane.
So you know somebody that faked their own death?
Or you did it.
Yes. No, I know somebody.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the scoop? Why'd they do it and how'd they do it?
So we don't know why. She had a drug problem, but so one day there's just this post on MySpace, right? And this is somebody that I knew, that I grew up with, whatever. And she on that post was like, I'm going to say her name because obviously nobody here knows her because it's from my hometown. It's from my hometown.
Don't say her last name.
So-
Just say her first name.
Sylvia.
Okay.
Sylvia.
And the post just said Sylvia has died, and she donated her body to science, right?
Okay.
My.
And so we're like, wait, what the heck? So we're all trying to figure out what's going on. And another friend of mine is like, you know what? I'm going to go to her house. And she lived like about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
And she goes over to that girl's house after all day long. Everybody's like, what in the world is going on? She's sitting outside smoking a cigarette.
Why'd she post
We
that to
never-
social media to tell people she died? She wanted some attention?
Because yeah, all the time.
Aw.
But then people showed up and be like, oh my God, you're not dead?
And then they're happy to see her. And they say nice things about her, and she feels good.
No. After that, she did a whole thing about how she needed an EEG and stuff like that, and she posted pictures about her getting an EEG, things like that. Years later, she died of an overdose, and that's really sad. But she had done that, and it was a clear cry for help. So
Man.
It's like people that
Wow.
think they have cancer to get attention,
Which
That's
I think
pretty
is the
awful.
most epic
and then to make money too.
sin. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you
Awful.
Yeah,
Awful.
so-
fake something like
I mean,
that.
this is somebody whose mother was, unalived in front of her, and had a lot of problems throughout
Did you
her
say
life.
unalive in front of her? Unalive?
Yeah, unalive. I don't, because
Oh, got it. I got
unalive.
it. I got it.
Yeah.
In front of her. Okay, I hear you. Okay, so obviously she had a lot of mental stuff going on because of what she was exposed to, and the drugs obviously didn't help. So she faked her own death on MySpace to get the attention, and then years later she actually did die. Did she
Yeah,
actually
from an
donate her
overdose.
body to science is the question, because that's what she posted on
No.
Or was everybody going, I'm not falling for this again?
Yeah, no. This time she was living back in our hometown.
Yeah.
And there was an actual funeral. And by
Okay.
this time, her children were already grown and stuff like that. This is like a few years ago.
Got it. Wow, that's
Yeah,
really
but
something
that
else.
was way back in the MySpace days, like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
That's funny when you hear the word MySpace. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's
now MySpace is
That
dead.
happened.
yeah, Tom.
Does
That's
it still
how old I am.
exist?
Is Tom
Yeah.
even around anymore? What happened to that guy? He's rich, right?
He was everybody's first
MySpace.
friend, right?
Yeah, but I remember when I first got on MySpace, I go, who the hell is this weirdo pervert
It's still around.
trying to get...
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah,
Still there?
Anybody still using it?
still there.
Yeah, what's this for? It looks like a lot of music.
Yeah, it's all music,
So what, you just download songs and look at videos and stuff there?
Looks
articles
like,
and stuff on musicians.
Okay. Well, that check the box for anyone fake their own death.
What's a blanket statement? Because that was the other bit we did after that. Is
the
there one
blanket
that you
statement
guys
that
have?
was in the examples was, I don't trust you because you don't drink. I believe that was special case.
Yes.
But I think it was, and it's not people that have drinking problems, it's anybody that.
No, just in general, if outside of somebody having an issue with alcohol where they cannot have it, if you're just like, let's just have a toast to your engagement. Here's some champagne. Yeah, I don't drink. And there's no reason behind it. Kevin's like, I don't trust you.
I think I remember my blanket statement from 10 years
I
ago.
think what they were.
I remember it was here. and
Well,
I
you
have
would
to
still
stand up
have
to show
it. That's why we would know it because
I remember the blanket
state.
statement. It said, if you're a male and you dance and your elbows go above your nipples, you're probably gay.
You're homophobic. Right. Yeah, exactly. That's homophobic.
That's not homophobic. Straight men don't dance that way.
That's 100% homophobic.
true.
Straight men can
Homophobic.
100% dance like that if they want to,
I've
and you
never
should not
seen
call
one.
them gay.
He's not saying that they don't, but most guys don't. Most straight guys don't dance.
No.
Much.
No, not really.
Is what he's saying. I guess.
10 years ago.
Ryan, you're part of the problem.
Oh, God.
I'll
Yeah.
be in the next room. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Space City Pretty.
Make sure when you say that, you realize what you're posting before you tell everyone to jump on board.
Yes.
So then you don't have everybody coming down on you.
Yeah.
But what's your blanket statement?
My blanket statement is
It's
I
what?
don't trust anybody that acts like they're too good to grab the peanuts at Five Guys. I have
Oh, that's
friends
interesting.
when we go to Five Guys, they're like, ew, you eat those peanuts? You don't know where those have been. They're free. Eat the peanuts. It's a part of the experience. You're already
Eat
paying
the peanuts.
$30 for a
Especially
burger.
they're in a shell. If you're like, I like to take the nuts and never mind. I can't.
Better
I
be
can't
careful,
say that.
Kevin.
You like to take the peanut
Eric.
shells,
Yeah,
the
I just put
shells of the peanuts.
and suck on them.
Yes, the salt
Like
of the shell
like a
is
baseball
something you
game.
like to put in your
But
mouth.
that's very
I
unsanitary.
can't do that
savor.
around Ryan because then he'll say I'm
Yeah,
gay.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We stopped. It's very unsanitary. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
because
Oh,
those
that's
have
so
been in the
good.
dump truck.
Yeah.
Those have been all mixed around
They
in the
shoveled
dump
them off
truck.
the
like-
floor somewhere.
Yeah,
No,
with
they
with
don't.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
really?
Yes, they do.
We need to do an investigative reporting. Do
I
peanut
think
shells
they
get
wash
thrown
them.
on the floor in a warehouse and then get thrown into a dirty truck and then thrown to crates and then put in
Don't you think
bags
they
and you're
wash
sucking
them,
on?
they power wash them, and then they put the salt on them.
There's got to be like an
That's the
unwrapped
same
about
thing
this.
why they say don't get lemon in your water at restaurants because they just let it roll around the floor. I've heard
That's
that before.
bull crap. I can tell you from being
You
a
have to
restaurant.
wash
That's
the-
not our
you have
restaurant.
to wash the stuff.
What you got to wash me with? Nobody's rolling.
Because we're thinking of those
lemons around
restaurants
the
where people
floor.
throw peanuts on the floor back in the day. Now they don't do that. I don't think in restaurants anymore because people slip and get hurt and they get sued.
Okay, listen.
True.
Are peanut shells clean?
Here we
Are
go.
peanut shells
Here's
clean?
an article about a dump truck which
Yeah.
they're shipped in. They accidentally dumped them all across the
Well,
road.
that's an accident.
And then they came over and they picked them up with a front end loader, put them back in the truck,
But that's
and
not
then
like
sent them on down the
planters.
road. That's
know?
not planters. Well, how do you know where they went after that? They could have been easily plantertized.
Then the salt would have filled up.
Plantertized.
The salt would have filled up the nuts.
Let's see. They do wash off the dirt.
Yeah. They don't just pick them from the field
Straight
and
put
throw
it-
it into
yeah,
a bag.
there's an FDA regulation for that. You can't just take something off of a tree and not do something to it. This is Merca.
Yeah.
You got to put a pesticide or something on there.